about the cover. Like what Twisted said before last episode was how he'd be running around and all of a sudden he'd get attached to certain objects. I didn't notice that in Mass Effect, but I've been noticing that in Mass Effect 2, and that's cost me my life a couple times. But
even though you have to press a button in order to do it?
Yeah, because when you're trying to run away from enemies, you have to hold down the A button to run, and unfortunately that's what snaps you into cover. So when I'm running, I'm holding the A button, and it automatically snaps me into cover. So it snaps me right there, and because the health system you're a lot weaker in this one,
Well, they introduced the regenerating health bar, so it's technically like infinite health now.
Yeah, but you lose health a lot faster than.
Well, to balance it out.
Yeah, a little too faster.
They still have medipacks in it, which is nice.
But you don't get to use the medipacks.
Yeah, but you
only use the medipacks to revive your teammates.
Oh, really?
It's become the new Unity.
Yeah, that's the problem with medipacks. You can only hold 5.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if you look at it overall, I mean, between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 1, I think like they really like looked at a lot of the complaints that people had with Mass Effect 1, some of the ones that Twisted had, and like they really made like the shooting controls more down like I saw a lot of similarities to like a Gears of War. Like, you know, you have the, you know, snap into cover by pressing the A button. You can vault from cover. You know, it feels much more like a shooter. You got your recharging health or whatever.
Does it compete with modern third-person shooters?
I wouldn't go that far.
So is it like RPG first then shooter, or shooter first then RPG?
I would say it's like a shooter in its combat parts, but it's got its unique twist because it has its you know, like you can get the biotics and everything, which you don't get from a typical shooter. But I mean, at the same time, it's still an RPG. I mean, it's not going to be like, you know, the next Gears of War. It's not going to be the next Halo. But, you know, it's surprisingly well done. And then when you get to the conversation bits, like, you're amazed that you're still playing the same game.
Yeah, I don't think it's surprising at all how good it is. I mean, I don't think BioWare has ever released a bad game. Dragon Age, Mass Effect. I mean, anything BioWare releases is, like, unbelievable. They've never had a game that just kind of was like, oh, okay, on to the next one. Everything they had is, like, a major release.
But, I mean, like, with this game, like, I don't think I can underscore enough. Like, they are, like, pushing the envelope, and, like, they are, like, I played the opening part of the game, and my jaw was dropped. Like, it was just phenomenally well done. I mean,
Space hamsters.
Yes, there were no space hamsters in the beginning. I hope that's not a spoiler for you. But
oh no, my hopes and dreams have been dashed.
Not playing this game anymore.
But I mean, like the way it jumps into things and like the way it's cinematically presented. Honestly, it rivals just like pretty much any sci-fi movie I've seen, you know, in the last few years. And then all of a sudden you're given the, you know, dialogue options, and then like you don't even realize that you were like in a cutscene because you were there, you were experiencing it. And then like, you know, the last game, it ended on such a high note, and then this game, it's not like, you know, it's taking forever to get back up to there or whatever. Like, it is just starting solid, and it's, you know, I mean, I'm only a couple hours in, but I just feel so immersed in this world.
Yeah, I think it deserves all the credit it gets. I mean, I haven't had a whole lot of hands-on, but I definitely have a ton of respect for what Mass Effect 2 is trying to do. And I think it's really funny how what we talked about last week was actually in the game. Like,
yeah,
the computer gods heard my calls.
Yeah, that's freaky. Like, it was everything that was like talked about. It's just
psychic mind
I was
powers.
like, wow. So I mean, how many jaw drops per minute? You know.
Honestly, in the beginning, it was like, you know, my jaw would be dropped for like 5 minutes, and then it would, you know, it would close for like 30 seconds, and then go back. Like it was just like I was so impressed, and then like, you know, you meet up with the, you know, Cerberus, which is the organization that sort of supports the betterment of humanity, but some, you know, question whether or not they're, you know, racist organization, or that they don't, you know, support aliens. But you get up through the ranks of like Cerberus because, you know, not that this is much of a spoiler because it happens in the first few minutes of the game. Shepard is brought back. This Normandy is destroyed, and Cerberus brings you back, and
Project Lazarus.
and your squad is no longer with you because you've been out of it. You've been out of the game for 2 years.
Okay.
So what you have to do is you need to get a squad together, and you need to find out what's been happening to all the human colonies that are disappearing. And I mean, I just want to say that one of the first systems I went to, the Omega system, it was just really impressive. Like I honestly felt like I was in the world. Like I was looking at all the little things, like you see things in like a Star Wars movie, and you're like, oh, that's impressive. Like that's really cool. But like you're not there. You are here.
Yeah, that's something I touched on last video. We were talking about what world felt like the real deal, and I was talking about how Mass Effect really does actually really pull you. You're like definitely in there. But
like I think with this game in particular, I mean, once you nail down that frame rate, and once you beef up the graphics a bit, like it just serves to make it that much more believable.
yeah, I mean, if you're playing it on PC, I'm sure there's a whole lot of visual yum yum you can dive into once you are. I mean, if you've got the system, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it on the high spec system, because I think there's something in it. I mean, I'm sure it looks absolutely incredible on Xbox or on PlayStation or whatever. But always PC, you can always beef it up that much more.
It's actually not available for PlayStation.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But so Rand,
Eat on that.
what class did you choose for this Mass Effect adventure?
I chose the soldier because I like blowing crap up as much as possible, as fast as possible, and whenever possible.
And did you import your save file?
Yes, I did. The import the save thing is a little sketchy because I was level 43 in Mass Effect, the original one, but for Mass Effect 2 it said I was a level 37. I don't understand that.
Maybe it weights it into something you're not like totally badass.
You sure you picked the right file, or?
Yeah, there was only one file I could
maybe
choose.
what may happen is there may be a higher level cap. So in order to balance
No,
it out,
you're allowed to choose level 60.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't run into any issues like that. I'm also playing a soldier. I really considered the other classes, and if this game keeps up how it is, I could easily see myself playing it through again as a separate class. But yeah, it's I brought over the save file, and I was amazed how even early on, like people were referencing things and actions and events that I did in the first game, and it's just a sort of experience that you don't really see anywhere else.
What I like best about Mass Effect 2 is how each mission is kind of different, because once you get your squad members, after a while they want to gain you want their loyalty to you, and then you have to do a personal mission for them. I'm not going to go into details with the missions, but they're all pretty much different. Some of them you don't even have to fight in, so it's really just based on
So yeah, those are probably really well done side quests, I would imagine, because I'm looking at it right now, and I have Miranda in my party, and it says here that she has this slam ability, but you can't use it because you haven't gained her loyalty yet.
Yeah, and what I've heard recently that if you depending on if you don't gain their loyalty, or depending on whose loyalty you do gain, really affects the outcome of Mass Effect 2 in the ending. So it's interesting.
Yeah, is Mass Effect a must-play right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely a must-play?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree.
Even if you never played Mass Effect, play it, because it's very different than Mass Effect 2. And if you have a generic character, if you don't have a character you can import, you still get the same experience. So
now, if there's Mass Effect 2 right now, I mean, honestly, play Mass Effect 1 and then go into it. I mean, that'll just be a better experience overall. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Mass Effect 1. That's like a next-gen masterpiece.
I know, but,
there's nothing wrong with
it's
Mass
very
Effect.
hard, after you see
But, I mean,
how awesome Mass Effect 2 is.
But if you haven't played Mass Effect 2, you don't really know much about it. I mean, just go with the first game.
But I mean, I think at the same time, if you want to keep up with current games or whatever, it's still
I've never bothered up.
Yeah, I mean, you could just jump right into it.
I played Diablo 2 to this day.
I every time I pick this game up, it's just I just feel like I'm transported to somewhere, and I just feel like I feel like I'm escaping to some place that's just so interesting, and that I'm really a part of, and I haven't felt that way about a video game in a long time.